Hey, everybody. I love it. I love it. Welcome to another episode of the McShin Foundation's award-winning recovery podcast, Get in the Herd. Today, we are changing it up a little bit. You can see the different camera angles over here, see the other side of things behind the scenes. Justin and I are going to kick it. My name is Nathan Mitchell. I'm the host of the show here. And who are you?
I'm Justin, and I do the producing thing.
You do the producing thing?
I do the producing thing. I click the buttons and turn the knobs and make the things work.
I particularly like how you turn the knobs and the volume gets greater or softer. And sometimes you do that in a surprising manner, so that I think one thing, and then suddenly I'm confronted with lots and lots of sound.
When there's a couple weeks ago, we were doing the Women Wednesdays when we had that still as a thing. And I forgot to push one button that made all of the headphones and microphones and everything work. So we had radio silence for like the first 2 minutes. And when I realized what I had done, I clicked the button, and everyone sitting over at that table, I saw them jump back in their chairs like something had just hit them in the head. It was as bad as I felt for them. It was a bit hilarious, honestly. From my perspective, it was kind of funny.
You know, I'm all for the practical joke. Now, this was an unplanned practical joke, but I'm all for the practical joke. But, you know, today, I thought it would be an awesome opportunity to kick back, and we're right in the middle of Recovery Month. And this is the 32nd annual National Recovery Month that we're celebrating here in September. I thought this would be an opportunity to talk about that, what Recovery Month is, what it means, and why we do that, and why we celebrate these things. Plus, you know, talk about what is going on all around the country, because, you know, it's not just here in Virginia. Oh, by the way, I found something out this morning.
Yes.
So, you know, I do the news thing and the reading the random stuff and this and that and the other. And today is, wait for it, National Virginia Day. I know. National Virginia Day. It's a thing. Now, what's funny, right. You've met my sister.
I have. I love your sister. She's so awesome.
I sent that to my sister. I said, Happy National Virginia Day. She did not read Virginia as Virginia.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And she was mightily confused, I would imagine.
I can imagine.
Do you know what this theme is for Recovery Month this year?
I'm going to be honest with you, Nathan. This is my first recovery month actually being in recovery. So this is all kind of a new thing to me. I know what we do during Recovery Month. I know we had Recovery Fest. I know it's all about advocacy and you know, well, that's about it. That's all I really know.
Well, would you like me to read?
Read.
I will read for you. Oh, there's a plastic spoon right here. Cool.
Hi, Lane.
Lane. What's up, Bubba? So, Recovery Month, now in its 32nd year. This is from the Faces and Voices of Recovery website. You can find this at facesandvoicesofrecovery.org. If you want more information, they're an awesome advocacy tool, organization doing all kinds of amazing work all across the country. So, this originally started with SAMHSA, which is the Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration or agency. Actually, I think it is administration. Anyway, you guys can hit me up in the comments and give me crap. But it started with the started the federal level back in 32 years ago, whatever that is. What, 89?
32. Man, that's math. I don't
math.
That's not
math. Math. Now in its 32nd year, Recovery Month celebrates the gains made by those in recovery, just as we celebrate improvements made by those who are managing our health conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, asthma, and heart disease. Each September, Recovery Month works to promote and support new evidence-based treatment and recovery practices, the emergence of strong and proud recovery community, and the dedication of service providers and community members across the nation who make recovery in all its forms possible. And every year there's a new theme. I know it's a lot of words, isn't it?
Okay. I want to stop you for just a second because the first sentence that I heard you say there was, we celebrate the gains. Oh, we do celebrate the gains.
God. Boy, we've gone tits up on this pretty quick, haven't we? You know, that's an excellent point, though, because, you know, recovery, we talk about there being 23, 0.5 or 24 million people in recovery across the country, right?
I keep forgetting people can see me.
Yes, people can see you.
Yes.
Yes. They can also hear the little crinkly of the thing. I was like, oh my God, you had to open that right now.
Yeah, I know.
I love you for it. But we do celebrate the gains, but every year there's a new theme, right? So this year the theme is recovery is for everyone, every person, every family, every community. Are you a person?
I am a person.
Recovery is for you.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Are you a family?
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Getting there.
Well,
Yep.
interesting. So you want to talk about that? What's going on in Justin's life?
Well,
What are you at? You're at 7 months now?
yep. I'll be at 7 months in 4 days. No, either 4 or 6 days. I'll be at 7 months, which is the longest that I have ever been in recovery. The last time I did this, at 6 months, I decided that I had recovery down and I didn't need to do this anymore. And I could just, use on the weekends or recreationally, as it were. And then 2.5, 3 years later, I came in looking gaunt and yellow, looking like Gumby. And yeah, so I've decided this time I'm going to stick with it.
What wasn't Gumby green?
He was.
Okay, I'm looking up Gumby now.
Gumby was green. I was more referring to the fact that I had no muscle on me whatsoever. All you could see was bone and failure.
Bone and failure.
Yeah.
I don't think the camera can pick up Gumby.
No,
For those of you at home,
Gumby.
look up Gumby, do a Google search. And for those of you who are not able to do a Google search, I can tell you Gumby's a little Play-Doh bendable thing, little green toy. And yeah, so you were so in recovery now. You're almost 7 months, somewhere between 4 and 6 days from now. You'll be able to celebrate those 7 months. What? Oh, that's crazy. There's a whole
There's a
wow.
whole big thing about Gumby.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm pulling this up, but
you're gonna share with the audience.
there we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the rotating picture. I like that. I like that. So for those of you viewing at home, you can see the Gumby extravaganza. Gumby's really lounging over there, isn't he?
He's chilling pretty hard.
Chilling pretty hard. Well, as he's bendable and soft and flexible, he's chilling pretty soft.
All right.
Bad joke Tuesday. Dad joke Tuesday.
So I'm moving back in with my girlfriend and her daughter. And I was living with them before. We had gotten well, it's back in this. It's kind of a weird story, so I don't really know how to explain it. But the long and short of it is, she's a fantastic person. I love her to death. She's very supportive of my recovery, and we've come to the conclusion that for us to have a lasting relationship, something that's actually going to work and lead into marriage, that I need to stay clean.
Whoa. Marriage.
Well, I'm 41 years old.
Whoa.
We do that eventually in our lives.
Whoa. Do we have to?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
You scared me.
Some of us want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as long as it's someone you can see being with for the rest of your life and someone you click with, hey, why not? The tax benefits are fantastic. I kid. I do love her to death. I really do.
Happy National Virginia Day to you too. That's all. Oh my goodness. So when does that happen? You're moving back in when?
I'm moving back in this Friday.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What? So that means you're canceling your recovery. You're not doing anything else after that?
Nope, I'm done.
No more
got
meetings.
This recovery stuff nailed down. Got it. No more meetings. I'm gonna go out to bars and hang out around people that are using now. It's probably gonna be another week or two. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, but in all seriousness, though, what does recovery mean to you, and how are you going to adapt to?
Well, recovery to me means basically changing your entire lifestyle. When I was using, I wasn't accepting responsibility. I was the most important thing to me was getting high. regardless of how I was able to do that. I would barely be able to hold down a job as long as I could, you know, get that next one before I had to work. I was fine. If I couldn't, then it was calling out sick. Didn't care, what it did to the paycheck or anything like that. Um, you know, um, and you just well, that's pretty much all you care about, or for me, all I cared about was using and getting high. And my mantra was, I don't feel normal, I don't feel good, and I want to be able to put my best foot forward. So I got to be high to be able to do that.
Mm.
And it was, a combination of uppers and downers, um, and basically whatever else could make me not feel sober, not feel uh, like, I was in homeostasis essentially. And you know, the more the more you use, the more you realize you're not just using to feel good anymore, you're using to feel normal. And there's a huge difference in that. Um, and I'm not going to say that I wake up every day now being almost 7 months clean and I feel fantastic. I'm 41 years old. I work out nearly every day. I lead a very active
I
lifestyle.
work out.
I work out. No, I'm not going to do that. I just did though.
You did
I
anyway.
did.
I'm a bad influence.
Things hurt, things hurt a lot. I have a bad knee. I've got a messed up shoulder. I think I've got a pinched nerve in my forearm here. Things definitely hurt. Um, and I have emotions, and, I feel things. And that's some of the hardest, uh, one of the hardest things to deal with when you are clean is dealing with those little body aches that you could take care of in an instant. Dealing with those emotions, whether it be sadness, depression, hell, happiness. There was no emotion that meant I didn't have to use. Um, and now I deal with those little body aches here and there. I sit with my emotions, and it's because I know that when life calls me, I'll be available. When my girlfriend calls me, I'll be available. If she needs something, I can do something for her. I can do something for myself. I can spend money on bills and food and,
Wait, what was that first thing you were going to spend money on? What? Wills? Fills? Gills.
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 That's it.
Gills.
That was it. That
Yeah.
was it. Yeah.
Mm,
Um,
not bills, not pills. Oh man.
no, I think I told you the last time I got paid, the first three things that I paid were bills. I paid my insurance, I paid my credit card bill, and I paid my phone bill.
Mm,
And then I looked at my bank account and I was like, oh, and I was like, but wait, all this money is mine now. Like I've paid everything I'm obligated to pay. This
insane,
is
right?
crazy. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
I just spent um just under $900 on my car and was able to put money into savings. And at the same time, I need to do about another $400, which was unexpected. The 800 was unexpected. Actually, I put about 600 in that was preventative stuff, but the 400 now I have to spend. I actually said, well, hold on, can I wait a few weeks to do that? Not because I don't have the money, but because I don't want to dip into savings right now.
Right.
And
Right.
I asked my mechanic. So it's definitely not about the money. I mean, it is about money, but it's about having the resources and the security and the ability to do that. Because I also know that if the car were to break down and I couldn't use it, I have people around who would say, hey, you know, I'll be glad to give you a ride here. I can actually walk to the grocery store and get a
Mhm.
ride to work if I need to. So that's pretty amazing. Like I have these connections with people and I'm becoming much more self-sufficient. So
Mhm.
yeah. Um,
Something I've never well, I've had to do it, most of my life, but self-sufficiency to me has always meant, having not necessarily my own resources, but figuring out a way to use other people's resources.
Ooh.
And that can be a bad thing,
Mm.
because you get very manipulative, and even though you're doing something wrong, and you're not necessarily creating a lasting relationship, you're essentially using people. At least that's what I was doing, and
Yeah.
I'm not proud of it at all. Um, you know, but now that I can honestly say that, of course, if I need help, like, my truck, uh, the gas gauge in my truck is apparently off by about a 16th of a tank. So when it shows I have gas, I actually don't have gas. And I was getting off of 64 onto the 195 uh, exit, entrance ramp.
Hey, look, we got a global reach. Ain't nobody know where that shit is.
Yeah, I know. But it is for National Virginia.
National Virginia.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So yeah, that's what we have in Virginia. We have 64 and 95.
Right. But if we were in California, we would have the 64, the 95. I don't know why I just had to make that joke. All right, I'm sorry. Back to you and the gas tank.
Anyways, so
and now it's time for the weather.
I thought I thought I had a 16th of a tank of gas, and I did not. And my truck definitely cut off on the entrance ramp. It was about 8:30, close to 9, and it was definitely rush hour. And I was trying to wedge my way in between the lane it was 2 lanes merging into one, and I was trying to get over, and I was definitely sideways on the ramp, and completely blocking traffic. And I did not know what to do. Luckily, I was able to push my truck a little bit and get it out of the way so cars could go around me.
Did you push your truck out of the way?
I did.
Okay.
Because I celebrate the gains.
Uh-huh.
But then Henrico County police officer showed up.
Oh, okay. That's where I was confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he didn't really have any suggestions for me, except call a tow truck quick, because if state troopers get here, they're going to call a tow truck, and that's going to be real expensive. And obviously, since I was out of gas, I didn't really have a whole lot of money. So then a state trooper shows up, and he just basically pushed me with his vehicle off the ramp. And this whole time I was calling, Teresa, to let her know what I was doing and where I was, and what had happened. She has to be at work at 9:30 in the morning, and she jumped in her car and came out with a gas can full of gas, and we put it in my truck, and I was able to get where I needed to be. And that's the type of stuff that, I say I used to take advantage of people, but that's the type of thing that you do if you're in a relationship with someone. That's the type of thing that you do if you love someone. I called another person, and I won't mention their name, but it was just like, well, good luck. I was like, oh, okay, thank you, I appreciate your help. The person I called, realistically, he wasn't able to help me out, and it's no big deal.
It's 49% of the population I'm right, so it's okay.
Yeah.
We have a few men here in Virginia.
But the long story short, I mean, those are the types of things that, I don't consider that taking advantage of someone. Swiping someone's bank card, to go get cash out of the ATM when they don't know it.
Yeah,
that's a different type of,
Well, but even with, that's that's actually stealing, right?
It is legit theft.
Yeah, but what I think there was something that you mentioned, the manipulation part, like manipulating people to do things that you want them to do to help you. There's a fine line, I think, in recovery we learn, and I think it's a process. I wish I knew how to do it perfectly, right? But the line between is
Oh
that
my
oh my goodness.
That is
That was an obnoxious ring. But there's a fine line between how we manipulate someone to do something and how we advocate effectively for ourselves to get the things that we need to get done. And I think that's a big challenge in early recovery, for us to learn. But I think as people in recovery with a little bit of time, especially those of us working in this field, like as a recovery coach, I work with my coachees to determine, what is a need, what is a want, what do you actually need to do. Yeah. And anybody interesting?
uh just one of my housemates.
Oh, what do you what does it want? What does it need? Yeah.
Mhm.
And really hopefully empowering people to figure out how to maneuver through these situations on their own. We get individuals who come, like myself included. When I first got here, I came here with I talk about this all the time. I came with a bag of groceries and a bag of clothes and
Mhm.
no job and no money. And and here I am today, fat, happy, well clothed, well, I mean, I'm clean clothes anyway, and with a roof over my head. And that's what recovery keeps giving me. That and they say, oh my goodness,
Okay.
you're very popular. There we go. Very good. But recovery teaches me that I need to work on being self-sufficient and working on how do I advocate effectively for myself. So learning how to do things on my own. What do they want? Can it wait?
It obviously it can't. Um,
Yeah, yeah. We're just live. People are watching you on the camera.
I know, I know. Hey,
Yeah.
this is going to happen because I'm a popular person and people need me. Hmm.
Ah, well, that's about to change.
Nor do I have any ego. Oh, I can't
Yeah.
wait. In all honesty, I want to be able to focus on this more. You know.
Well, it's funny. So I talk about when I moved out. When I moved out of our housing, the I don't know if it was the first night or the first weekend in my new place. Well, in my place where I am now, um, I was going to the hospital. Somebody I knew was in the hospital. I was going to the hospital. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and I thought there was a chance that I might get home after 11 o'clock. So I picked up my phone and I started to call my house leader to let him know that I might be late for curfew. And then I realized, oh, wait, I don't have a curfew. I live on my own now. Well, I mean, I have my own place that I live with other people. I don't have to worry about my curfew. I can come and go as I please. I still got home before 11 though. Anyway, so we're talking about next steps in recovery. What does recovery mean to you? Um, Recovery month, there's a lot of events that are going on all month here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Are engaged.
I am engaged.
um, I'm looking at the list of recovery month events going on all across the country right now, right? And what's really cool is that there's a whole bunch of different things, right? You've got virtual resource fairs. Here at McShin, this past Saturday, we had our festival outside where we had vendors. You were the spin doctor there, the DJ.
Did
Wait,
you just call me spin doctor?
actually, a spin doctor's a PR guy, is he?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, not spin. Um, what do you?
Sound guy.
All right, dude with a freaking Spotify account. Out there, and then we had what, free COVID testing? Well, it wasn't free COVID testing. It was actually free COVID vaccinations.
Yeah. It was,
We had our congresswoman came by. We had our delegates and people running for office, on the campaign trail. Pretty exciting event because we're out there all celebrating, all people in recovery or people who are looking at recovery and maybe making a determination. Because I don't think everybody there. Or maybe a recovery ally. Actually, I'm wearing a recovery ally T-shirt, and I was actually laughing when I put it on this morning. It's the first time I've worn it. I just got it on Saturday, and I was thinking, "Am I a recovery ally?" And I'm like, "Well, I guess I must be. I'm a person in recovery." but am I an ally? And then I'm like, well, what does that mean? So I was asking myself all these questions, and then I thought, I like the color. I'm just going to put the shirt on. It's clean, and it's.
I like the color.
I choose a lot of things I'm like that on my life. So, but this is cool because all across the country and probably parts of the world, right, we're celebrating what it means to be in recovery. And so, there are 23.5 million Americans. We talk about 24 million, 20 million, depending on who you're talking to, anywhere between 20 and 24 million Americans in recovery right at this moment. And with that, so many different ways of defining recovery for everybody. You are getting ready to move on, right?
I am.
You
That's
are.
true.
And you have a job.
I do.
You're close to having a legal vehicle.
Close.
Hey,
Very
look,
close.
I'm with you on this.
It's just a matter of money at this point.
It's just a matter of, I did something really, that's another thing I just did the other day, right? Like I knew my insurance was about to,
Lapse.
No, it wasn't going to lapse. It was just like the next month, it automatically
renew.
chose. But I said, you know what? Before I do that, I was helping somebody else. Get car insurance. And I said, well, let me see what the rates are for me right now.
You reshopped.
I shopped. Yeah, I just shopped and I found a better rate. And I saved 15%. No, I mean, I actually did. This is really funny. My car insurance for 6 months, $666, no cents. My car insurance for 6 months, 666.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Praise Dale. And so I was like, well, I don't like that. So I shopped. I looked. I got a better rate, and not only did I get a better rate, but I was able to actually pay for 6 months in advance. I get an even better rate.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like I saved like $270, something like that. So that's probably more than 15%.
I can't help it every time somebody says they save money by switching to Geico.
I know. Right? That's conditioning right there.
Yeah,
that's
conditioning, and it's
We need to do the same thing when we think of podcasts. The first thing we got to think of is get in the herd. We need a slogan.
We do.
All right, that's it. Right there. All right, there are 6 people like listening live right now, watching live right now. Look, right now, if you're listening, if you're watching, if you're thinking about us and you're hearing my voice right now, whatever means it is, if you're in the next room, if you're listening to iHeartRadio a month from now, whatever, shoot us an email, shoot us a text, shoot us a comment somewhere. Tell us, what should our slogan be? Get in the herd. Boom. What is it? I happen to like tomorrow we've got a very succinct slogan for a guy that's running for office. Well, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should walk this back. Maybe I shouldn't talk about him tomorrow. Till tomorrow. I think we'll wait till tomorrow.
Let's wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, let's wait till tomorrow. But I'll tell you what. So let's talk about what we got the rest of the week ahead here, because I think what we've got is kind of neat. Tomorrow we have Tim Kilcullen. Tim Kilcullen. Hard name to say, but really.
Tim Kilcullen.
Yeah, I think it's a good, strong Irish name. I think. Well,
that's a very strong.
I was going to say it's a very strong Irish name. He is a candidate for the Virginia House of Delegates in the 49th district. That's up in Crystal City. So I think you and I can appreciate that.
Crystal City.
Boom. No, but in all seriousness, he's the Republican candidate running against Alfonso Lopez up there. He'll be on talking about his platform as a Republican candidate and his support for the recovery community. And then on Thursday, we got Joyce back here. She's going to be hosting the party. Yeah.
Really?
Joyce.
I got to be honest, I have not looked at the flyer for this week.
I know. But I know you haven't, because I just finished it a little while ago. I've been really, really struggling to get this thing done on time lately. We have Dr. Diane Kaufman coming back. Hopefully we'll be able to get that sound issue. I know you talked to her. She talked back and forth earlier.
Yes. Hopefully I have an email from her waiting for me. But yeah, I need to, we need to get that squared away.
Well, and what I'm glad that she's coming back, because I've had a chance, and of course it's going to be Joyce interviewing her, but I've had a chance to look at her stuff and I actually really want to participate in this. I'm sorry that I won't be able to do that. I'm grateful that I have another obligation, another place I'll be. But I think you'll get a lot out of it. I think you'll get a lot out of it. We'll all get a lot out of it. Dr. Kaufman joined us in the herd to share her passion for transforming trauma and despair into life-affirming creative resilience. She helps children and adults experience emotional well-being through creative self-expression and evidence-based mental health principles. By the way, the new soundboard and my new sound that I hear myself with is It's different.
Can I tell you a secret?
Please.
We're not using the new one right now. We're
All right.
still plugged into the old.
Well, the old soundboard, and right now, well, then I feel like I sound different.
The new one is it's a fantastic board. But the old one is much it's a much more simplified version of the new one, and setup it cuts the old one's cut setup in half. Though I like the new one much better, there's a lot more stuff that I have to do to get the new one to function properly.
Okay.
Just because I had to use it for Recovery Fest.
Recovery Fest.
Yeah.
Bum bum bum. What else is going on in your life? So you're getting ready to move. What do you need? Furniture, clothing, comments?
No. There are comments.
There are comments. What does it say? Hey Nathan, how you? Oh, hey Donata. Gotcha, Jimmy. Machine time. Oh, that's from earlier. Lane.
Yeah.
I mean, get in the herd. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Get branded in the herd.
What else is going on in my life? I am about to switch gyms. That's a big move for me.
Well, let's talk about those gains, bro. Let's talk about those gains.
No, I'm really, really excited about moving out. You know, it's like my sponsor always says to me, you know, we didn't get clean to live in a bubble. You know, we didn't stop using drugs and alcohol to live in this little tiny community and not experience the rest of the world. And, you know, a big thing for me is I've always wanted to have a family, and I've never really had the opportunity because I've always decided that getting high was way more important. And now I actually have, I guess you could say, a pre-made family. You know, there's Teresa, there's Abby, and
no assembly required.
No assembly required. And they're really cool people. You know, Teresa's got 2 other kids, Ian and Bailey.
Those are some strong Irish names too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're Puerto Rican, if that makes sense. Yeah.
I took one of my best friends years and years and years ago. His name was Sean Garcia.
Sean Garcia.
And he was half Irish, half Cuban.
Sean Garcia.
Sean Mariano Garcia. I don't think because they don't do a Castilian lisp in Cuba, do they?
A what?
A Castilian lisp.
A Castilian lisp.
Yeah. If you speak Spanish and you're from Spain, often you'll have a little bit of a lisp. It's from the Castiliana. It's a thing. But this isn't a podcast about Spanish dialects.
No, 'tis not.
But
On
that note,
both of her other kids are really cool. Ian's doing fantastic. I'm really proud of him. He's come a long way.
How old are the kids?
Ian is 21 and Bailey is 22, I believe.
Two boys?
They're very close. No, Bailey is a girl.
Okay, I know Ian Bailey's girls and boys. Yeah. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. And Ian is her son. Yeah, they've.
I'm getting a text message from my sister, and she says, "I know about the Spanish lisp."
Oh, I would like to actually hear a legitimate Spanish lisp. I don't know anything about that.
¿Cómo estás? Well, that's not really a very.
Fee.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Fee.
Really?
Fee. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But we can look it up. I mean, you know, YouTube is great for that kind of stuff.
It is.
Yeah, it really is.
Great for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we can learn a lot. We can talk about that. We can talk about the difference between the Bavarian spoken German versus the Swiss spoken German and the Hochdeutsch of like the Berliners. All right, so what do we got here? We got how How to allow, because wait, what does it say?
It
How
says have to allow because Nathan opened the door.
user friendly.
I'm not sure. Is he talking about
Well, so Jimmy Brooks was a guest last week. Jimmy Brooks is
right?
the I'm telling for the audience,
Oh,
former board chair. I know you know, former board chair of the McShin Foundation, and I'm really excited that Jimmy Brooks is a person in recovery who's actually running for office in the 74th district for the House of Delegates. That's very exciting. Currently, what is your name? Justin lives in the 74th district, but is moving out of the 74th district and into, I'm not sure where you're moving, what district. We'll have to look that up.
sorry, Jimmy.
But Jimmy is trying to convince Justin to stay. But Jimmy, I can tell you that one of our other staff members lives in your district, and we were talking about it on Saturday. I already know he's voting for you. So you got one, and I'm not gonna tell who because that's confidential. What does that say? Let's see. Hello from Hey Wayne. Hey, I know Wayne. Yeah, hello from Staff Sergeant Wayne Graves, Virginia Army National Guard.
It's not going to work because
It's like I can't read it.
hello from Staff Sergeant Wayne Graves, Virginia Army National Guard Counter Drug Task Force. Good stuff. Keep up the good work you're doing.
Well, I was reading it until you put it backwards.
Well, it was. Never mind.
Hey Wayne, good to see you. What else? What else is going on in the community right now? What's going on, guys? Vote
before moving. Done deal.
Well, actually, that's right. Just so everybody knows, early voting does begin on the 18th, which is this Friday.
I did not even think about that. I'm usually very up on politics and voting, and I always vote. I always make sure I vote. That's one of the first things I do whenever I move. I do move a lot, but when I move, that's the first thing is I get my voter registration taken care of, figure out where my precinct is, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because since I've gotten into recovery, that has become less of a priority for some reason. And
Voting?
Yeah, voting, and I'm not
Oh.
really sure why. You'd think it'd be more of a priority.
Especially since I talk to you every single day.
Literally every single day.
Yeah. Whether you like it or not.
Whether I like it or not.
Yes, Jimmy. Yes. September 18th is your anniversary. That is right. Thank you for the reminder. That is pretty awesome. Jimmy, remind me, it's 30, how many years? We'll see if he gets back in the comments. My sister is sending another text here. She says, she can do it a little. The TH sound is softer. So it'd be sort of I don't know. We'll have to Google that and find out. So we got you moving. We've got the McShin Foundation celebrating, along with the rest of the country, the National Recovery Month. We've got all these different things going on. What are you most excited for when you think about recovery?
When I think about recovery or when I think about Recovery Month?
Either or both.
Honestly, one of the things that excites me is not having to worry about going and, I guess, getting drugs, I don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. I can get up, I can, eat my breakfast, I can go through my routine. If something challenging comes my way, I can face it. I can be there for the people I love and for the people that love me. And I guess maybe that's more what excites me about being clean. I think recovery and being clean are two not necessarily mutually exclusive things, but kind of different things. Being clean is just simply not using drugs or alcohol. Being in recovery is a whole different lifestyle. It's and I've the friends that I've gained, the community that I've become a part of, and the support that I get, as someone in recovery, you don't really find that many other places,
Yeah.
and it's you have people from all different walks of life, people from all different backgrounds, people that are into completely different things, but you all have this one thing in common. And it doesn't matter, none of that other stuff matters. All that matters is that you're trying to, do this thing, this sometimes incredibly impossible thing. And it brings you together. It creates an almost unspoken bond that you, again, you don't find very often, you know.
Yep.
You and me, for example, we're into lots of different things. When I when I get in your car and turn the radio on, it's opera and
Well,
classical, and now granted, the music that I listen to comes almost directly from that type of music. I don't listen to that type of music at all, and it's always because I don't want to change your radio setting, so I just listen to it. Just let it.
you can turn the volume down if you want.
I mean, I do turn the but I know you like what you like,
Right. Right.
and yeah, I mean, you and me we have different upbringings, we have different backgrounds,
That's
but
it's funny you mentioned the car because you're one of two people who occasionally and very occasionally have borrowed my car recently, and you are very mindful of the sound. I didn't think about that with you, but the other person is really mindful of not adjusting the seat, which I find hilarious because for those of you who don't know, I'm really really tall. I'm 6'3". No, I'm 5'4.5". So, when you get into my car to drive it, if you're a normal sized human being, you're probably going to have to adjust the seat. So if you can imagine Joey getting into my car and not adjusting the seat, it cracks me up. But he I know, right? But he always he'll use I've got the Bluetooth connector in there, and he will use the Bluetooth connector. So which makes my phone weird when I get in the car later, but I don't care. So hey, getting back to what Jimmy said though, I like freedom from hell. Talking about what does recovery mean?
yeah,
Freedom from hell, and I like that. That's a really good definition because in NA they talk about the only promise is freedom from active addiction. I'm missing the words. Darn it. That's not a 12-step fellowship. I'm there a lot, but anyway. But Jimmy also says, and this is important, it's the 17th, not the 18th. So you could actually vote a day earlier. I'm sorry, Friday the 17th is when early voting starts here in Virginia. Happy National Virginia Day. And I just wanted to put that out there. So 36 years on Friday for Jimmy Brooks, man. That is really absolutely amazing.
36 years.
Yeah, Jimmy apparently started when he was 5. Because Jimmy looked good and young, But I like that. I mean, like you talk about connections and you talk about the friends you meet and the differences between us, right? Like I am an opera fan, right? Of course, but I also, you'll hear me listening to random stuff. I'm not so much a fan of the bleeding out of the ear stuff that you tend to listen to. And it cracks me up when I walk in your office because I'll walk in your office here and you'll be listening to that, bleed out of your ear music and it'll be really, really soft. And it's almost like
I know nobody else wants to hear it.
But it cracks me up, man. That's just yet another reason why we need funding to soundproof this room.
Right.
Yes.
I want to turn that up as loud as I could possibly get it because though nobody else wants that, I want my ears to bleed. Okay. I want that for myself.
I want that for myself.
I'm close, but I'm not there yet. I have to bring up one of these comments.
Sure.
Mr. Lane Weatherholt just says, and if you knew him, you would know exactly what that meant.
Oh, wait, please. Are you explaining?
He has a. I'm gonna get a text for this later, and probably a phone call.
Tell Lane, go talk to your sponsor.
He has a bit of a speech impediment.
A speech
impediment, and we though it's not right, and maybe, well, we joke him about it a lot. He's he's very accepting of it. He's had it all his life. Uh, but it's funny because he was asked to speak at Breaking the Bondage of Addiction about a month and a half ago.
Breaking the
Breaking the
bondage, breaking the
bondage.
bondage, breaking the
And
bondage of addiction.
when he gets nervous, his speech impediment comes out more.
Mm.
And most people get nervous speaking in front of people at first. You warm up a little bit, but he I forget what word he said, but he just got stuck on the S, and he just said "S," and it sounded like a tire leaking air. And it got to the point where I actually felt bad for him, and I was just like, oh man, just either finish it or move on to a different word. Like, and he eventually he got it out, as he always does. But that's now been a running joke ever since that that speaking session. Is I'll just text him
Well, I and I know Lane too, and I love that I don't when I'm one on one with Lane, I don't experience that with him, which tells me that he's not nervous around me, which is awesome. But I've also heard him do that, and I think that I think it's awesome that he does that. He has that willingness and that that just ability to just do the thing he needs to do and
Lane.
get through it.
Lane's a hell of a
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
He's a really
absolutely.
good guy.
Yeah.
I've known Lane for literally decades. I met him when we worked at Apple. And I remember when I first met him, I was like, I don't like you. I had no reason for it. I did, like, he walked in with his girlfriend at the time, and I was just like, I don't know who this dude thinks he is, but he needs to get out of my store as fast as he possibly can, because I don't like him, and neither do any of
Wait,
my friends.
was he working there too?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
eventually he got a job there.
he did. But you
Yeah,
met him as you were the employee and he was a
he was a I
customer.
think that's how it happened. But no, when he became an employee, he would, like, I'd be sitting there at a computer, because they have all the computers and phones and everything set up, and you can just play with it. So I'd be sitting there at a computer, and he would just come up and, like, lean up against the counter. What's up, dude?
I saw, dude.
And I just kind of look at him like, all right. And I just ignore him, and he would just be like, okay. He
Okay.
just kept on, and finally I was just like, dude, what? And I don't know what made us become friends. I think he was just like, you want to come over and, like, hang out or something?
Ah.
Yeah. And I guess I was in a good mood, and I was just like, all right, whatever, I'll give this dude a chance. And we ended up having an absolute, because he is hilarious. I mean,
Sometimes on
he
purpose.
is, yeah, he is. He's absolutely hilarious. And eventually we ended up living, like, right behind each, like, I got a house. I was renting a house. Um and you had the house, and then the backyard, and then Lane's house. And we didn't plan that. It just happened
Mm.
completely by accident. And, like, he was like, I forget even how we figured it out, but it was like, what's your address? What's your address? Wait a minute. That's the next street over from mine. Well, where do you live? And then I could see him on his back porch, just like, what's up, dude? And I was like, okay, there he is. There's the guy. But no, we've maintained our friendship ever since then. And we're both in recovery. And it's just been a very, very beautiful relationship. He has a lot of experience, strength, and hope, if you will.
Mm.
And he has no problem sharing it. Yeah, he's don't really, you know, don't really know much else to say about him. He's just, you have to know him. He's a really good dude, though. Really
He
good
is
dude.
a seriously good dude.
He's
Oh,
sweet.
I almost feel like a douche for doing that, but well, Lane's been on the show.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
has.
and
He has.
yeah, I think a couple of times. And I think once. Um, was it the Swole Patrol at the time? Was it
It
the
was
Swole Team
Swole
6?
Team 6.
Squill Team
Yeah.
6?
Squill Team 6.
Um,
No, I gotta say, Lane has gone through an incredible transformation. For those of you that don't know him, he used to weigh the better part of 400 pounds.
mm.
And he wasn't muscly; he was fat.
Well, we just spent the last like 10 minutes talking about Lane.
Well, he was.
We love you, Lane.
Yeah. And he, I guess, it's the same thing as using. You just get sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
And, he decided that's it. I've had enough. I'm sick of being, this way. And he dedicated himself to transforming his body completely. And I've been trying to gain weight. So I weigh right at 200 pounds now. We are literally 20 pounds apart. He
Which way? Which direction?
No, he weighs 220, 20,
Okay.
something like that.
Mm.
If he's listening, he can give us an exact number.
Well, that's okay. We got to land the plane anyway.
Yeah.
I love that you brought that up though, because it's the continuity of somebody you met using, somebody you used with.
We used to use all the time together.
And somebody now that you're in recovery with, and you've both found recovery independently and have come together to share your recovery. And that's what I like about this year's Recovery Month theme. Recovery is for everyone, every person, every family, every community. It's sort of highlighting that, or underscoring the importance of the person, the family unit, and the community, the different connections that we have with each other. From the connection I have with myself and my own recovery, to the connection I have with my family, either family of origin or my built family, and then broadly with the community. And I think it's an absolutely beautiful theme. I would love it if it just continued to be that theme. They never have to change it again. But as far as that goes, with Recovery Month underway and all the different events, we've been exhausted here, but also honored and I think privileged to continue to do these things. We've been able to do the Recovery Fest, which was a big, beautiful event. We've been doing, this podcast. This is our 20th week.
Really?
Well, okay, 19th because we had a week off, but I have 20 flyers. So, which means 20 weeks. We've been doing this.
Right.
And I think with that, what that tells me is that, as we're getting these phone calls now from people and, saying, hey, we'd like to get on and blah, 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 blah. It tells me that what we're doing and giving voices to recovery, giving space for those of the 23.5 million to jump in and say, or our allies, I love this Recovery Allies t-shirt, the allies to come and say, hey, this is what recovery is, and this is what we can do to support recovery. So I love that. Like we've got this, these connections that we're making here. But it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. And in the meantime, like we've got not only our other duties that we have as our job, but, we have our lives, life on life's terms. You're experiencing something beautiful in recovery. You're getting your relationships back, and rebonding with those healthy aspects. And now you're getting ready to move out, which, if I'm being completely honest and selfish, makes me nervous. I'm like, anytime there's a change, I'm a little scared, a little nervous, but I'm really happy for you. It's what Nathan sees as the whole point of doing this.
Right.
It's like
the whole point.
Yeah, let me find my purpose. Get into my purpose and recognize that now I'm a stronger advocate for myself. I'm not using whatever in my brain to manipulate situations to get the next one and the next one after that. Like I'm actually waking up every day and saying, you know what, I'm going to work on this today. I'm going to be a little better than yesterday. I'm going to bed at night and I'm saying, I might have screwed that up today. I can fix that tomorrow. It's just kind of a daunting thing.
It's a very daunting thing. Yeah.
But it's a beautiful thing, and I think that's what recovery affords me. So, hey, for those of you out there listening and watching, throw in the comments or wherever, what does recovery mean to you, and any thoughts you might have on a good tagline for our recovery podcast, Get in the Herd. With that, do you want to say anything to close us out?
No. Well,
No,
I say no.
and then yes, I will.
Yes, exactly. We need to do shows like this more often. I think this is kind of fun.
As long as we put our phones away. I have a resentment. A little bit.
I'm sorry. People need me, and I'm important.
Yeah, they can wait an hour.
Actually, they kind of can't. But anyways,
that's okay. I was actually sitting here texting too. I was just doing it on my laptop, looking important.
I'm really glad that. Yeah, exactly. I'm really glad that there was definitely a couple of people that I love and care about very much watching, and that means a lot to me. So thank you all very much. I appreciate that.
It's funny because I know that we've got a little counter up there that says there's 3 people watching right now, but we can't really see who that is. And then I get a text message from my sister who says she's watching. Right. And that cracks me up because I'm like, I don't really know how accurate that number really is.
Right.
And then I know that later on, of course, we get viewed, on YouTube for the replay, and we get viewed even here for the replay. We get heard through Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
And then, of course, the big plays are the individuals who are currently experiencing incarceration. And, that's the part I'm always talking about, that of my favorite thing about this podcast is that we were able to reach, other people and say, hey, look, this is my day, and it's just a day in recovery, and I'm working through it. And I think that, as much as we celebrate recovery in September, like I don't want to stop celebrating recovery just because it's October. I don't want to wake up when September ends and start. Sorry, I had to put a Green Day thing in there.
Okay.
All right,
let's
there you
land
go.
the plane.
But I don't want to wake up in October and be like, all right, no more recovery nonsense. No,
Right.
I mean, recovery is my life. But that also means, like the last couple of days, I've been, reading about compost toilets and solar panel systems. Like that's like part of my life. Those are the things that excite me these days. Yes, compost toilets. It's composting toilets. But anyway, on that note, thank you all for joining us today. Great to see you, Justin. Great to talk to you. Tomorrow we have a Republican candidate for House of Delegates in the 49th District. That's up in Northern Virginia area. I'm doing this like anybody knows what that means. Tim Kilcullen, very Irish name. I love it. And then on Thursday, Joyce will be in here with Dr. Diane Kaufman, talking about trauma-informed care and creative processes. So with that, we'll leave you and peace out.
Here at McShin, we believe in the McShin way, which is authentic recovery support service providers, people with lived experience, bringing that experience to those who need that lived experience in recovery.
Here at McShin, we believe in many things to support our mission. We believe in women empowerment.
What I love most about what we believe here at McShin is we believe in the authenticity of the peer-to-peer approach.
Here at the McShin Foundation, we believe in giving people opportunity.
Here at McShin, we believe in the inherent worth and dignity of every person.
At the McShin Foundation, we believe in helping people reach their full potential.
Here at the McShin Foundation, we believe in multiple pathways to recovery.
Here at McShin, we believe in placing principles before personalities to help spread hope.
Here at McShin, we believe that recovery is possible and that any person seeking recovery can become a more acceptable, responsible, and productive member of society.
Here at the McShin Foundation, we believe in self-discovery.
Here at McShin, we believe in saving lives and offering second chances.
Here at McShin, we believe you can do this.
Here at McShin Foundation, we believe that we can only keep what we have by giving away, which is why we continue to help others like us seek and find recovery.